At the top left corner, he is indeed one of the best Zergs. From Brazil, he is from Los Patitos, indeed. Erik.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have El Mexicano himself, the Mexican Protoss player, the best Protoss in all of Latino America, representing his brand new team in Finales Esports. It is Pacomike. Yes.
So before I start my commentating, I just want to say something to you.
Go for it.
Quack.
Quack.
That's it. That's all I have to say. So now, analyzing this game, I think it's gonna be a very standard one.
Yeah.
At least from the beginning, both players are looking forward to get that expansion. Have you ever asked yourself why players from high elo always get the expansions instead of attacking immediately? Like, why do we call this standard? I think the answer is because every time you get more economy, there's more variables that start to introduce into the game. Therefore, the game gets more complex, and you have more chances of creating opportunities and creating problems to the opponent so that you can take advantage. So I think that's why players always look forward to expand and start playing a more strategical game instead of a more easy game, we could say. So yeah, I'm pretty excited because this tells that both players want to make it complex, make it difficult.
Yeah, and I think this is a good thing for Pacomike because honestly, I've seen Pacomike play and I do agree with you where he has a very strong mid game. I feel like he does really lack in the early game. Like, I've seen him fall time and time again to like Turkey Dano with cannon rushes or like 12 pulls. So I think it's a good thing that Erik, at least here, is opening up standard.
Oh my god, he just made a pylon. He's blocking the hatchery, but on the other hand, Erik was already on top of that, so I'm pretty sure that he knew it was gonna happen. That tells that Erik is really he's really motivated. He's like trying to tell Pacomike, look, I already got my links inside. I'm already scouting. I throw down the hatchery. Was he able to scout the Stargate?
No, he saw the pylon. He did not see the Stargate.
Oh my god, that's so unfortunate. So close.
Exactly. Like, I was so surprised that the slow links made it into the main base and made it that far, but he didn't see the tech. And unfortunately, Erik doesn't have an overlord in position to go into scout.
Yeah, and this is the weird thing. Every time you see a Protoss player go for a Stalker, the possibilities of having Twilight are very high. And I'm pretty surprised that Pacomike was able to get a drone and also a drone pool. So that was very unfortunate for Erik. Pacomike is able to get the scout of how many drones are in the natural. And he was also able to get a drone, so that was a nice move.
Yeah, definitely. And now he has a second adept here to join the fray as well. Gonna be diving in, looking to try and get some more damage done. He also confirms, again, the amount of queens that are here, and he has the opportunity to dive in again with his Oracle.
Oh yes, and there are no drones on the third base, so the Oracle is not really doing a great job, but at least he was able to scout. Now it's gonna come into the game, and 2 queens are defending this. 5 drones are going down, perhaps 6, but the Oracle is also gonna be killed. I don't think it was well paid because the other 3 drones were killed by the adepts, not by the Oracle. So I think Erik now is gonna take the advantage by trying to delay this third base with the links. And yeah, he's actually like one step ahead.
Yeah, this is disastrous. Again, the adepts were killed across the map. Same with the Oracle. They weren't here in position to defend this third base. It looks like the Void Ray may be enough to deal with this. We do have a nice nice starter stepping in, and Erik does get pushed away.
Yeah, the Void Ray is gonna save the day, but only for now. As you guys can see, there's no pylons supporting the third base. Therefore, there will not be any real chance of warping in defensive units. There will be no chance of getting a battery overcharge just yet, and this could be a window for Erik. It could be also kind of like a mind game. Like, Pacomike is exposed, and look at the queens where they are.
I love it, mate.
Damn.
We're on light shade. The rush distance is pretty small, mate. Who needs a creep highway? Let's just go. Roaches are on the way. Queens are on the way. Pacomike is pretty lucky, though. He did see this in the middle of the map. Like, he needs to prepare at home.
Oh yeah, and he's throwing down a lot of battery shields, which is the right choice. He's making the robotics bay and +1. He's not willing to make more air units. He's trying to defend this with only ground units. So I'm very scared. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, like, this is crazy from Pacomike. We don't see this too often. He went for a Stargate opening into Blink and +1. Like, this is a kind of an awkward transition, and right now he's vulnerable. Like, this base is even weakened from earlier.
Yeah, once the Ravagers arrive, this is gonna be very intense. This is gonna be very difficult for the Protoss player to defend. The Queens now are exposed, so this could be perhaps a chance, but as you guys can see, the DPS from the Queens are starting to pay, and this is starting to get more rough for the Protoss player.
Exactly. We do see a couple of Biles being thrown down. Nice transfuses as well, keeping the Ravagers alive. Then we go the Biles taking down the first shield battery. Overcharge is still available here for Pacomike, and he does get out an Immortal.
Yeah, and he's just gonna start using the battery overcharge, and Ravagers are not well positioned, so he's not gonna be able to use the corrosive biles through the battery overcharge. I'm very scared right now that links are coming into the game. Cybernetics core is gonna get sniped. This is starting to get more difficult for Pacomike.
Yeah, exactly. With the death of this Cybercore, that means no more Stalkers, even though we have +1 in Blink. It looks like Pacomike won't be able to use that. He's trying to rebuild that Cybercore, but it's a little bit too late. The cannon is being filed down. Something else that's important is that Erik is all in. Like, he's not going for the third base. He wants to kill Pacomike.
Oh yes, indeed. He just wants to kill him right now. He smells blood in the water, you know? He knows that he's got the chance. And now the Lynx are gonna try to snipe the Immortals, but nice micro from Pacomike. He's just starting to take control of his natural base. The only thing he needs to do now is to save the third base.
Exactly.
Only once he makes that move, he's gonna be in a great shape.
Yeah, this is awful for Erik, to be honest, right? Like, he wasted all that DPS, all his army, and what did he get? He got a Cybercore, and that's kind of it. He didn't break into the natural, and he ignored the third base. This is a huge win for Pacomike.
Yeah, it was a great win. And I thought Erik had the chance, but as you guys can see, the Queens blocked the path of the Ravagers to get on top of the Cybernetics core and snipe that battery overcharge. So that was a very strategical mistake by the offense of Erik, and that bought Pacomike the time he needed to get the second Immortal and hold the line.
Exactly. Now, Pacomike, he survived that early aggression, getting into the mid-game, working on his upgrades. Meanwhile, Erik, what does he have going for him? He's trying to transition into Ling Bane Roach Ravager, which is a decent composition. The problem is that the Baneliness is not ready. And Pacomike, he's coming now.
Yeah, he wants to counterattack because he knows that there could be a window that if he gets the Zerg at droning time, he can literally murder the fourth base. But as you guys can see, Erik is not droning so much. He's instead making a lot of units because he knows that attack is coming. But Immortals look so strong. I'm very confused if he's gonna be able to win or not. He's at least gonna snipe this hatchery, which is a nice job. But Erik still has a fourth base.
Exactly. What's important is that Erik double expanded. Meanwhile, we have a bit of a run by here. Ooh, the shield battery is being focused down. Some damage will be done. Forces a recall.
Nice move from Erik. This recall is going to be very important for Erik because it's going to buy him a lot of time. Time for him to get that fourth base up and going. And on the other hand, Pacomike is still not willing to take that fourth base. He's really playing from this stage of the game in which you don't intend to get more than 3 bases and just go in with a full army and try to win the game from that point.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it was really nice that Pacomike was able to get a kill on that hatchery, but he also didn't kill any workers, right? And luckily, Erik did double expand, so he was willing to lose a base and still be in a decent position. Meanwhile, now...
Yeah, the bot right, look, it's doing his thing. He now knows about where the army of Erik is, thanks to the void right. So now he can actually take a fourth base. I think Pacomike's looking forward to it. Yeah, there it is.
There it is. Fourth base is on the way. On top of that, Pacomike is getting ready for a bit of a run by. He does have a War Prism outside the main base of Erik. Erik has to be careful. The problem is that, again, he has very limited vision. He doesn't have a lot of Overlords on the map because of that Void Ray, because he doesn't want to lose any Overlords for free.
Yeah, I think Pacomike waited for that fourth base to finish because I thought that Erik perhaps could be all-inning, so there was that possibility. So Pacomike, I think he was kind of like afraid. That's why he took the fourth base so late. But now Zealots are starting to harass the natural base, and at the same time, he's looking forward to warping Zealots on the main and attack this exposed fourth base.
Oh god, that he is. There's a bit of Road Ravager. The Banelings still need a little bit more time to warp in. We do have the Disruptor Shot, and it does miss, actually. Oh my god, the second one!
That was so close, that was so close. I thought it was gonna hit, but no, guys, the engagement from Erik is just epic, but unluckily, Immortals are just too strong. He needs more units, he needs the Zerlings to get on top of those Stalkers and the Immortals at the same time. As you guys can see, one Immortal is gonna get the job done.
It is at the same time that we have that warp in the main base, but there are reinforcements here. These Zealots, they do nothing, and down here towards the south, the Protoss army does survive, but Pacomike did lose quite a lot.
Yeah, he did lose almost all his robotic units,
Disruptors!
but he still has the Disruptors, but unluckily for him, he's gonna get in a very awkward positioning. The Disruptors are gonna... Oh, that was so close. Now he's gonna try to recall, but unluckily that's not gonna be... Oh, he did save all the units.
Yeah, he saved the Immortal and the Disruptor somehow, some way. He manages to just barely escape. At the same time, Pacomike hitting this fourth base. Again, Erik is struggling so much to get a fourth up and running. If he can't get this, and again, even if he does get this, Pacomike is already fully saturated on 4 bases.
Yeah, that's the thing. Pacomike was able to get that fourth base up and going, so he's very comfortable right now. He only needs time to get a better army, and then he's gonna start attacking again with those Archons. So Erik, right now, he needs to make a very nice army. He needs to make more Ravagers, more Banelings for the Zealots, and he needs to start getting more upgrades. But as you guys can see, he's trying to transition, he's trying to apply more units, better upgrades, therefore Vipers are on the way.
Exactly, the first Viper comes out, it does immediately suck on that building, gathering that energy, but I'm a little bit concerned. I don't know if one Viper is going to be enough, and again, High Templar, we've seen this dance before, are going to be looking to feed back that Viper if it ever gets too close.
Oh, and he's starting to put up some defense, but I think that's a very desperate move because he should have done this way earlier, and now Disruptors are starting to join the battle. The first Disruptor is not going to be so good, but the second one was very important. The Vipers are doing a great job at getting the important units. 2 Immortals get sniped, and Pacomike needs to back away.
Exactly, oh my god! Every single Immortal and every single Disruptor was just picked off at the same time the War Prism comes in. Oh my god, you gotta be careful, Pacomike. He does force a denial. Was that a denial? Hold on, let me quick. That was, yeah, a denial on the 5th base.
Yeah, but although it was denied, Pacomike is not been able to macro so much. He had like 2k minerals, which means he was very focused on attacking. And just now he's starting to get his 5th base up and going. But this is very bad for the Zerg player. As you guys know, Zerg players, when they are 1 base down, usually they are behind because you need to be always 1 base up every time you're Zerg in order to macro up well, in order to get your units, get the drones working. But this time Erik is in a very all-in-ish position. If he loses this army, it's gonna be the end of this game.
Definitely. For equal bases, it's a disastrous. Oh, it's just awful to be in. Meanwhile, the army is not here, so Erik is going to try and deal some damage here at the 4th base. The mineral line is a little bit exposed. Oh, but he doesn't go for it. The Disruptors!
Oof, that was so close, but the Disruptors do the job. The High Templars get some very nice storms, and Erik needs to back away now.
Exactly, we have another Zealot run by here at the 4th base, at the 3rd base of Erik. He will be able to deal with it, but he lost 7 drones. At the same time, he did go for a run by, and yo, he got a kill on that 5th base.
Yeah, those Zerlings they have like Stimpack right now with the upgrade. They are very rough, and they were able to kill all those Zealots because of that upgrade that you gave. What's the name of that upgrade? Adrenaline?
Yeah, adrenal glands.
Yeah.
Adrenal glands.
Adrenoglands. Yeah, that's a very nice name for a very good upgrade.
Definitely. Meanwhile, no, the fourth base is gonna go down. It was weakened earlier because of the Vipers. The Vipers were sucking on that building, and the base does get sniped. Erik knocked down to 3 bases again.
Yeah, I don't know if I like this choice of going for Ultralisk. I don't like it because you are in such a low economy investment. So these units are very expensive and they take a lot of time. And because you have so little minerals, you are not going to be able to make a lot of Ultralisk. So I don't think it's going to be that effective. But let's see, perhaps Erik can pull some miracle off.
Exactly. Like with Vipers, there's always a chance. You know, you get some Vipers, you get some nice yoink stuff, you get all the disruptors. Maybe he can make something happen. He has to be careful though. Oh, this rich run by is gonna get caught. Oh, never mind.
That was actually nice for Erik. He was
Yeah.
able to get 3 storms, a couple stalkers, and he's gonna get away with this.
Yeah. I thought Erik was the one that was gonna get caught out, but no, it was Pacomike instead. Meanwhile, here we go. We're getting ready for the big fight. The disruptors are gonna be coming in. So are the Vipers.
Those were nice Vipers, and that micro from Erik is gonna allow him to be more in this game. He just bought himself more time.
Exactly. Nice snipes on those disruptors. Not a single shot went off. At the same time, looks like a bit of a run by is being set up here towards the south, but I think Erik saw it. It just did step on creep, so he will respond with his own roaches, denying this. But as all this is happening, we have Skytoss on the way. We have carriers on the way.
Oh no, this is just too bad for Erik. He needs to kill Pacomike in this very instance. He's got no Hydralisk. He only has Ravagers and Queens. There's no way to kill carriers in this game. And the engagement is coming up. Disruptors are not doing the job, but the Ultralisk are being sniped down by the units of the Protoss player. This is getting more intensified.
That it is, and you know what? The first carrier reveals itself, and what shoots up? Ravagers, I guess? Parasitic Bomb, I guess? Like, that's all that there is. Like, how do you stop the one carrier?
Yeah, this is actually very bad for this Zerg player. The storms are so juicy. They're getting everything they need. The carrier took a lot of damage from the Ravagers, but it's not gonna be enough. Pacomike wins the first game of the series.
GG, well played, Pacomike, well played. Erik, it makes sense, you know? Lightshade, it's a small map. You go for an all-in, and it was looking pretty good, but the execution of the all-in didn't work, and again, if that falls, then suddenly the Protoss player is looking in such a good position. Erik did a good job trying to catch up, but he was always behind, it feels.
Oh yeah, and congratulations, Pacomike. Although he was not so clean about the moves, the offensive move that he was doing, he was very clear at denying Erik's economy, which was the key of his victory. That was the key that made him get the advantage that he wanted to have. Every time Erik was trying to get that 4th and 5th base, Pacomike was there to deny it, and he was also able to secure his own economy. He was able to get that 4th base, to get secured that same base, to get that 5th base up and going at the same time, and that allowed him to keep trading units all over again, and that made him win the game.
Yeah, exactly. Very well done there by Pacomike, being able to execute that the way he did. As you said, not with the most finesse, but it was enough regardless. And now he's taking lead in the series, and this is dangerous because, mate, this is just a best of 3.
Yeah, indeed. Pacomike won just one more game. He's gonna be able to pass this round only if he wins.
Exactly, and we'll see if he can as we are getting into game number 2 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Jagannatha LE. We have the Brazilian Zerg player. He's red, representing Los Patitos, the Cranky Ducklings. It is Topple Erik.
Oh yeah, and representing at the top right corner, the player who's been cheesed right now from Infernal Esports, he's Pacomike.
Oh my!
I'm scared.
I'm scared as well. Okay, so Pacomike is going for a probe scout. Thankfully, like, he should be able to see this. He should be able to confirm the 12 pool. It's not just a 12 pool though. Erik is sending a drone across the map.
Oh no, it's gonna be with a proxy hatchery. Erik knows. He's like, you know what? This is Jagannatha. This is a Zerg map for macro. I think it's my chance to perhaps gamble and go for a different strat. So Paco Mike already knows about the presence of something that's weird, but I
Mhm,
don't like the move from Paco Mike because sometimes Zerg go to the third base and
mhm.
they expand there
Yeah.
instantly. So what happens if? Oh no, the hatchery starts.
Oh my
The hatchery
god.
starts right away, and Paco Mike knows. He sees the Zerlings. They are on the way, and the Zealot is the only chance, the only hope with the probes if he wants to
Exactly.
win the game.
Like, the dangerous thing about this is, of course, the hatchery is a part of the wall. It could be cancelled, and then the lings can just flood on in. We have 4 more lings behind this. Erik, he is so dedicated with this push. Thankfully, the first
He's
zealot
not
does come out,
stopping.
but oh god.
Yeah, he's not stopping this. And guys, this is getting very interesting. The cybernetic score is gonna start to get damaged, and the hatchery needs to be cancelled. But oh my god, it's so red. Oh, that was so nice from Erik.
That was so close. He goes for another proxy hatch in the main, sorry, in the natural base. The cybercore has taken so much damage, and more lings are coming in.
Yeah, and look, Erik doesn't care at all. He knows that once he takes out this structure, he's not gonna be dealing with Skytos, for example, or Adepts, or Stalkers. But the first Adepts comes out, and unluckily, Erik was not able to achieve his main goal, which was to overrun the natural entrance. Pacomike was able to hold this.
Yeah, he held, and yo, that's a lot of lings. That was a massive investment here for Erik, and these things, what more can they really do? I guess some of them can stay home and defend against the Adept, but I guess this did kind of delay his opponent, and yo, does Erik want to go for another proxy hatch?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he did delay the natural base from Pacomike, but at what cost? That's
Yeah.
kind of like the main question. I think Erik is in a very bad spot because many of his larvae was invested in Zerlings and they did absolutely nothing. So I'm
Exactly.
very scared. Erik is gonna be playing from behind. He's not gonna leave the game immediately because he knows everything is on the line. He wants to give up his best. And Pacomike, on the other hand, he's gonna be very comfortable.
Mhm.
He's making more adepts because he wants to pressure. He knows that the gas from the Zerg is delayed, so he can start harassing the mineral line from Erik, and it's gonna be very tough.
Exactly, as we do have a Stargate opener here from Pacomike. Erik sees everything, by the way, with this Overlord, so he's well aware of the Void Ray that's on the way. The Zealots, they come across the map, but there are links to meet them, so these will be cleaned up. The third base will come up and running. But as you said, Erik is behind. He's behind, and he needs to find a way to catch up here. Again, he did mine some gas. He hasn't used anything with it yet. So I'm really concerned whether he's going to go for link speed, go for just a faster Roach Warren. I don't know what he does from here.
Yeah, the Zealots could have been used in a much better way. He
Yeah.
could have sent the Zealots to the third base like now, and the Adepts at the
Mhm.
same time in the natural base. It would have been more annoying, would have been more difficult. But that's fine too. Pacomike is gonna get the instant scout. He's gonna be able to sneak into the main base. He's gonna be able also to get 2 drones. But Erik did actually hold very well, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, very well. I think that could have been devastating, especially trying to hold without link speed. That was very nice positioning of the links from Erik, and it was a great way to use the links that he already had, right? Like, it was a big investment, as you said, so at least they had some use, but we'll see how things snowball from here, because Pacomike, he's going, as we would expect, double Stargate Void Ray.
Oh yes, that's what I want. I want that A click instantly. Like I want to see that. I want to see the King Cobra style all over again. But you know what? King Cobra goes for the fleet beacon, but this time Paco Mike only goes for Void Rise, and the Zerlings are doing a great job at trying to delay the third base from Paco Mike. I think it's gonna do it. Oh wait, is he not gonna cancel? Oh, that was so close. Oh my god! And the Void Rise on the other side of the map is doing a lot of work.
Yeah, was able to kill 3 drones, nicely done. Almost lost the Void Ray though, so Pacomike has to be careful, but very nicely done. Erik was able to at least delay or deny that third base for the time being. Also, fun fact, exclamation mark Funara Cristiano, because mate, we casted King Cobra today. for in DreamHack EU, Yaku and I, and in a PvP, oh god, I want to erase that from my memory, mate. King Cobra, have you seen his PvP before?
Never.
Never?
I've only seen his PvT. That's why I worship him as a god.
we need it. We'll talk about that later. About King Cobra's PvP.
Okay,
it's special, mate. It's special.
I haven't seen him play PvP. But,
Okay.
what I do know, he loves to go for like robotic bay units and Stargate units instantly.
Yes.
Like, he doesn't care about anything. He doesn't even make the warp gate research.
Yeah.
He just goes instantly.
He's
for
crazy.
those units.
He's crazy, man. He's crazy. Oh my god.
He's not from this Earth. He's kind of like the alien that came from Mars to our planet, and he's now teaching us how real Protoss plays. You know, he's a real Protoss. I think he's not from Mars. He's from kind of like he's kind of like from Ire, and on the other side of things, Pacomike is gonna snipe the third base from Erik. And he doesn't care about losing void drives because he knows his economic situation is much better.
Exactly. Unfortunately, Erik did not have enough queens. He only had a single spore here at the third base. So because of that, Pacomike was able to abuse that and take down that third base. Erik forced to double expand, but even double expanding, it may not be enough. We see his answer to this is going to be to try and go for a Spire.
Ooh. I mean, it's not a bad choice. When you see too many void drives, it's because the Protoss players is really committing, but you never know when the Protoss is gonna do the tech switch, you know, because at any moment, charge can come into the game, and if you only have queens and corruptors, it's gonna be a very bad spot. So Erik is playing with fire right now, but if he's able to identify Pacomike's style, perhaps he can make a play from there.
Perhaps. Hopefully he's able to get a scout off or something. At the moment, he's so blind. He just hasn't gone into the main base at all of Pacomike. Meanwhile, those Void Rays, mate, they want another base. They're not happy with just one. They want the natural if he can.
Yeah, right now those Void Rays are being controlled not by Pacomike, instead by King Cobra. He's from the skies. He's blessing all the Protoss players so that they can win with Skytos. So I'm pretty sure Pacomike is now praying for him, and as he's doing that, he's gonna get the Spire!
Oh no!
Our God King Cobra is listening! He's here! He knows!
He knows, mate. He knows the Spire goes down. No more anti-air here. These meters are the only meters that Erik will have available to him. Thankfully, he was able to make them before the Spire died, so he can go across the map, but there are shield batteries. The natural is a little bit exposed. Maybe Erik can get some damage.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not gonna be able to get more corruptors, and he needs at least Hydralisk, at least. And the carriers are very exposed, but they have the support of the battery shields. So Erik knows that he cannot snipe that carrier. Instead, he goes instantly for the probes, and he's gonna try to get some economical damage. Only 8 probes are going down, and it's not justifying the approach of this offense.
Exactly. 2 mutas died in that harassment, by the way. For 9 drones, sorry, for 9 probes, not the best trade. And we still don't see an answer to the Sky Toss. We have, I guess, a bunch of queens, which are okay. Oh, he wants to actually go for infestors.
He's mad, you know. He's like, you know what? You killed my Spire? I don't care. I'm going infestors. Like, I'm not gonna make that Spire again. And the Mutalisk are doing a great job at the third base, and also they are scouting a lot. And oh no, the Void Drives, not again, please, not like this. Oh my god.
¿Por qué? The third hatchery going down to the Void Rays, mate, and they want more. I'm telling you, they want maybe another hatchery, another more tech, the infestation pit. Oh my god.
No, please, no.
No, oh god, no, Pacomike, please.
Please, mercy. Okay, no, it's going for. I don't know what's worse. Oh my god.
He's gonna get it.
Are they gonna arrive on time?
They're trying to keep it alive with the transfuses. Oh, the transfuses going to beat up. They save it.
Yes. They did save the base, and now the Voidress are being overrun by the queens. Now he's trying to snipe the Roach Warren. He's trying to waste as many energy from the queens as possible, and the Infestors are now on the game, and this thing can get the game like a little bit tricky, because once they get the neural parasite, carriers can be very good units if they are in the Zerg side.
It's one of those things, like, if you're up against carriers, what do? Mate, you take control of them. They're your carriers now, mate. So Erik, he's gonna try and pull that off, I imagine. We still don't see neural being researched, so we'll see what his plan is. At the moment, their main goal is, I guess, to fungal, I suppose. On top of that, mate, we have a hive on the way.
Oh yeah, hype is on the way, and carriers are very tough units to kill. The only units that can really give you insurance of survival are the corruptors, and he only has queens. Hopefully infestors can do the job, but it looks very difficult.
Yeah, it really does. Like, I don't want to say it's impossible. I think he has a chance here, but we'll see how this engagement is going to go down. How good are the transfuses? How good are the fungals? Oh my god!
Oh look, this is very good for the Zerg player. The queens are literally immortal. The fungals are very great against all these Kaitos units, and now he's just gonna get away. Pacomike knows he lost all the interceptors. He needs to pull back.
Mate, I'll be honest, I forgot about Microbial Shroud. I forgot that was a spell in this game. I'm like, oh my god, it's insane. The queens are not dying, and yeah, Erik, he was able to hold on against the carriers.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I was like, oh my god, this spell work. This spell works. Like, storms are on the way, high tempers are joining the battle, and these are the key units against the infestors.
Yeah.
Erik was able to buy himself time. Now what he needs to do is hopefully to trade those roaches and get better units so that he can counterattack those carriers. And oh my god, the Zerlings, hopefully they can also trade in an efficient way. He's getting his own fifth base while denying Pacomike's fifth base, and yeah, he's gonna kill it. Nice move.
Nice move. He gets a kill on the fifth base of Pacomike. At the same time, we have a massive roach run by here, and where are the warpins? There are none, so probes are starting to go down.
And this is the move that I was looking for. Erik is trading the roaches in such an efficient way. He was already able to snipe a Stargate. He's also starting to get more probes on the way. And the other roaches at the other side of the map, they are also delaying the pit base. So I love this trade, although the roaches are gonna die. He needs to do this in order to get better units.
Exactly. The problem is, I am so surprised it took Erik this long to remake the Spire. The entire time I was like, yo, I would have thought that the Spire took precedent over the Ultra Cavern. We have Kaidos plating almost halfway done. I'm like, what the hell, man? How are you going to deal with the carriers? Thankfully, we do have double Spire, so he is looking to get into Corruptors, but it's going to take a while.
It's gonna take a while, and I'm very scared because Erik doesn't have gas. This is the problem right now. Although he was able to bank some minerals, he doesn't have gas at all because he's investing so much on his upgrades that he needs to take the gases from the 5th base right now. He needs to take that 6th base and just start working. He needs to buy time also, and the high tempers are gonna be a key factor in this game if he's gonna win right now or not. And the storms are on top of the carriers, so fungals can be a very good spellcaster. And now oh my god, the infestors are making the queens immortal.
Mate, all the high tempo were forced to morph into Archons because of the Ultras, and just like that, they have no more energy. They cannot feedback, and Pacomike's carriers do nothing.
You saw that that Ultralisk? It was like a Toraski or something. Like it was. For a moment, I thought it was a bigger Ultralisk, and unluckily, infestors are not being used, and the carriers are on top of the queens. Erik was not looking at the game. What happened?
He was focused too much on the counterattack, and just like that, he had 5 infestors full of energy, and he didn't use a single spell there, and he loses every queen, and just like that, even though he had the opportunity, it looks like Pacomike is gonna take this.
He was making this game so interesting.
Yeah.
it was so difficult for Pacomike to penetrate that defense, but unluckily he was not looking at the queens and he lost every single unit. Now Ultralisk are the only hope of perhaps even up the economy, but Ultralisk don't attack air, mate. But what's going on here?
I don't know. I think maybe Erik is panicking a little bit here. Like, we've got a Microbial Shroud for no reason. A couple of queens are on the way. Spire is done, but we still don't have any corruptors. And sure, the ultras can get a base, but this is, mate, who cares? You are carriers, mate. Look how many carriers there are. Look.
Oh no, it's
11.
From bad to worse, and queens are not being made. Only spores are in the game in the third base. It was the fifth base, now it's the third base. It's also gonna get sniped by the carriers. This is a very awkward positioning from Erik.
Yeah, exactly. The carriers move on forward here. There are only infestors and queens and spores to defend. Microbial Shroud gets thrown down. Oh no! It's just not working out here.
Nothing's working out, and he's still making Ultralisk. Why? Why are you doing this? 9 infestors and an Ultralisk. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah. I think Erik is just falling apart a little bit. Like, there's a world where maybe he can buy enough time to make more corruptors, but like, just the carriers are just right here. Like, I don't know what's really keeping Pacomike back. I feel like he could be using this army a little bit more efficiently, a little bit more effectively. He's backing off, actually.
Yeah, he's trying to be cautious. He's trying to deny any attempt of economical approach from Erik. And he's actually gonna snipe the head tree, which is very bad from Erik. I know we are on minute 17, but look at the minerals. Erik needs those minerals. He has lost a ton.
Exactly. Every single mineral counts here for Erik, and I'm afraid that maybe he's just mentally maybe even falling apart. I don't know, man. His long distance mining, he still has like a lot of infestors, and he does have neural. I need to point that out. He does have neural, so maybe he can somehow turn this around if he's able to neural enough of these carriers.
Oh, and look, he's trying to fungal the interceptors, which is a nice move, but it's not gonna be enough. Look, Pacomike, although he lost a lot of interceptors, he's gonna be able to remake them in just 1 minute. And Ultralisk, on the other hand, are not denying the real economy from Pacomike, which is the 4th base that is located at the top left corner. It took me a second. It took me a second, but I was able to say it.
Yes,
So
yes, that is the left.
congratulations to me.
Good job, Cristiano. You got it.
Oh
god. Meanwhile, we have a bit of a link run by. The Voiders are coming in. We see a fungal, but they pick off 1, 2, almost 3 infestors.
Yeah, Void Rays are gonna get killed, but his natural base is being overrun. And the infestors. Oh, look!
Oh!
Oh my god! He just lost so many infestors. Unluckily, Erik was not able to dodge that shot, and with this, I think, ladies and gentlemen, Pacomike is gonna ensure the game.
I think so as well. We see a couple of Microbial Shroud. Disruptor does get rallied into its death, but Erik, he's down to 1 base. 1 single mining base is all he has left.
Yeah.
He's going to try and go for a Hail Mary play, sending his ultras across the map. Maybe he can get a base, but there are reinforcements here at the top left. It's like Pacomike, he's getting ready for the attack.
He already knows. He knows that Ultralisk are on this game, therefore he needs a defense. And the battery shield did a very nice job at making the Archons immortal. And now the battery overcharge is just gonna tell the tale. GG will play. Pacomike will take the second game of the series.